Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through reviewing a fairly disappointing burger. I'm likely going to be reviewing a fairly disappointing breakfast sandwich next. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. Folks, that is absolutely the case today. I got off of work a little bit ago and, went over there, was headed home, and I realized, crap, I gotta get gas. It's just running a bit low. And, I got my normal gas station I like to go to, and, a lot of times I pick up stuff to review there. But this particular instance, I decided to go over there and make a detour, because I was like, you know what? I haven't been to a Circle K in a bit. I know sometimes they get exclusive items, and they actually had this one, like, Godzilla breakfast sandwich. I wanted to review it for y'all, but I just didn't get around to it. It's not there anymore, but they did have something else, and apparently it's back on the attack. You better believe that, Jack. What is it? What am I reviewing for you? What are we doing here, folks? It's from Circle K. It is their Griddle cake sandwich, which is sausage, home-style fried egg, and cheese on maple pancakes. It's a knockoff McGriddles, isn't it? That's exactly what it is. Now, I like McGriddles. In fact, I would count McGriddle as being one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches. It is decadent and amazing, and it hits on all the things that I want. I doubt this is going to do the same, but we are going to go over there and give it a shot, And I just got through reviewing their brunch burger. That was the burger I reviewed, so go look up that video if you're interested. Let's open the thing. It's kind of slimy inside because it's a gas station food item. Let go, damn it. Let go. Oh, what the hell? Man, it's just like all the cheese just basically exploded outwards. God. Alright. That was needlessly... whatever. Alright. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Then we'll do it. Let's try out this whatever. It's better than I expected, to be fair. Now, I've gone over there. I've had my fair share of McGriddles knockoffs because I like McGriddles a lot, like I said. And sometimes I'm not always in the position to go over there and get myself a McGriddles. Sometimes it's easier to go over there and get, the cheapo version at a gas station or someplace. Typically, they're not that great. This does not buck that trend. It's still not that great, but it is definitely better than some others that I've had. For one thing, the maple flavor is actually there. And I have absolutely 100% had, again, these McGriddle knockoffs where it's like, oh, it's on it. It's like a McGriddle. It's got the maple flavoring where I got no maple flavoring. This maple flavoring is there. It is apparent. It's not the best maple flavor I've ever had, but it's, live-withable. The thing I have to give them credit for is that it actually does taste like a McGriddle, just a cheap version of it. All the flavors that I'm expecting to be there are pretty much there. It's just that they're just not as good. The maple doesn't taste as good. The sausage doesn't taste as good. Nothing about it is as good as the real deal, which is, to be expected. I'm not But at the very least, it is functionally what it's supposed to be. I have to give them credit for that because, again, I have had ones that were not that. So, and the nice thing is with some of the breakfast items, a lot of these things work relatively well in a gas station setting because this shit's just being reheated. Obviously it's not freshly made or anything. But breakfast sausage works pretty well in that regard. Definitely works better than like trying to, do a burger. The breakfast sausage has a breakfast sausage flavor. The griddle cakes have a griddle cake flavor. It's a cheapo version of it, but credit where it's due. That's not a million miles away. I will say, despite it being fairly sticky from the bag, it's definitely a little bit drier than like a McGriddle. I'm having to stop and kind of chew a little bit extra so I can speak. Yeah, okay. Alright. Two questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get this again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on rare occasion, kind of. For me personally, like I said, because I will occasionally go over there and just pony up for a cheapo McGriddle on occasion, this is not... I would actually put this on the better end of those that I've had. It's definitely a cheaper version of it. It's not anywhere near as rewarding to eat, but the flavors are fundamentally there. And, it's not a million miles away from what it's supposed to be. It's still probably like several 100,000, but it's at least on the same continent, Whereas, again, with some of the ones I've had, it's just like, I don't even think you could fucking say that it's trying to knock that off. This one, for what it is pretty good. And I could see myself... I don't go to Circle K a lot, but maybe on occasion. By that same token, if I'm recommending it, I don't think it's an item you need to go out of your way to try and experience, but if you happen to be at a Circle K, and if you're like me, you just enjoy McGriddles, sure. It works well enough at what it's trying to do that I'm not mad at it. I'm not even disappointed in it. In fact, I'm giving it extra credit for what it's doing because it's like, all right, at least you're trying to be the thing you're trying to be. So, none of that sounds like high praise, and it's not. But, within the realm of gas station food, which is the realm we're living in right now, I would honestly say that this is a relatively good gas station food item. I'd be willing to give it a solid B- for what it is. That's not great or anything, but I don't know. It's trying to get anything above a B when you're talking about gas station food is really rough. So, yeah, credit where it's due. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your... Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly McGriddles-tastic rest of your life. Because, again, McGriddles just... And once they came up with that, and apparently it took them like years to get that whole thing developed. Man, everybody started knocking it off, man, because they hit it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on the McGriddle? Are you a fan? Do you hate it? You know, do you wish it had never been invented? Obviously, you know, it's an interesting sandwich, you know, and it's one of those things where it came out, it could have just been a gimmicky thing that went away, you know, never to be heard from again, but it didn't. It went over there, it decided to take hold of the heart of America and clog its arteries. And it's still around. And I mean, you know, I know some of my audience does not appreciate the sweet and savory mixture. And to be, hey, that's, you know, just different strokes for different folks. But yeah, man, I love it. I hate to admit it, but I do love it. It very well could be my favorite fucking McDonald's item. I remember one time this was a weird situation where, like, my dad was getting remarried for the second time, so I was wife number 3. And we decided to go over there and, like, you know, we got, like, it was like me and him and her daughter, and went over there, got a couple hotel rooms because we were going to be doing a, you know, a little bit of a thing, not like a big thing, but I got my own hotel room, which I was so happy about. And I go over there, like right across the street, there was a McDonald's, and this was like when the McGriddle was fairly new. So I just would walk over there, get myself a McGriddle, eat it, enjoy it, and then like maybe a couple hours, you know, well, maybe not a couple hours, but a few hours later, just be like, I'm gonna go get another McGriddle. It's a good day. Anyway, bye.